Hello, my audience. I'm reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, the sequel follow-up to Homecoming. I thought about this, and I feel very confident in my decision of giving these movies a 3 points out of 10 because I hated them that much. Just because of how everything movie in the movie sequel. What I'm trying to say about these movies, they're not unwatchable, they just feel pointless to be made. I mean, they're not exactly faithful to the source material of any incarnation of Spider-Man, so they're making up their own mythology. But I gotta say, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not on board. This reimagining of Spider-Man is not heroic or funny or weird. At least not the kind of weird you expect Spider-Man to be. Or heroic like Spider-Man should be. Or funny like Spider-Man should be. Yeah, Spider-Man in these movies makes a fool of himself because he doesn't need adults to make a fool of himself or the villains to make a fool of himself. He does that perfectly himself. Like Thor from Love and Thunder or Ragnarok Thor. But I argue Ragnarok's Thor, that reimagined Thor, is a better character than Spider-Man, at least played by Tom Holland. So you're probably wondering what the story is. Well, these two stories are connected because it's a reimagining of an origin story with the whole trilogy. Spoiler alert. Aunt May dies gives the line that Uncle Ben used to say. Great power comes great schmuck. Responsibility, something like that. And Spider-Man is that man to fill the schmuck of the shoes. That hero role. The only time we see him competent as Spider-Man is when he actually uses masks to actually get the drop on Doctor Strange when the mirror dimension is broken. That's the only thing we've seen him that makes him into a competent hero in the whole trilogy. Because, man, this Spider-Man is a total buffoon. He's a professional idiot. Like Steve Carell from The Office. You know, the character he played, what's his name? Michael Douglas, I think his name is. That's who Spider-Man's become in live action. Isn't that great? I assume that's great for you fellow schmucks that enjoyed this movie. You know, suckers that enjoy poor garbage just because it made money. So I assume people like this movie. So there's a fan base out there. But I'm not one of those idiots or suckers. Because nice guys finish last. I finished first. Spider-Man is one of the examples that nice guys finish last and gets nowhere in life. I can safely to say this is the worst portrayal of Spider-Man I've ever seen in any incarnation. Because he's so dumb and airheaded. More than Phoebe from Full House. At least Phoebe was funny and sometimes had common sense. Tom Holland is not even capable of being funny or having common sense, hardly ever. But hey, it's a comedy movie, and that's what you fuckers wanted, was a comedy movie. A rip-off of Ferris Bueller, which is what Homecoming is, and Far From Home is. It basically just, Ferris Bueller is the style, and put a bunch of funny shit in, and not really give Spider-Man any depth. Sorry, I get those two airheads mixed up so often. They're like just night and day, so similar on the big screen. Brooding, whiny, pretentious buffoons. The most foolish version of a hero that gets nothing done, but just screws everything up. But hey, at least he tries to do the right thing sometimes. When he's compelled by Aunt May. Or by his loved ones or something like that, right? As long as it has something in it for him, he will do the right thing no matter the cost. Isn't that what it means to be a selfish hero? A true hero like Spider-Man? That's what it's all about, as long as you can get something out of it. Why? Know why? Because Spider-Man says that's the way of the hero. Not because it's right or noble. No, as long as you can get something out your own in return. Because you can, fuck everyone. No Way Home failed to do a course correction with Spider-Man by trying to make him lose everything and make him a more noble hero. But has he changed out of his selfish, foolish, naive, buffoon hero ways? We can only find out in the fourth installment, Brand New Day, coming this year. Fingers crossed, things change. But I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. That's why Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, 3 points out of 10 points. It sucked, both of them. I was surprised that these were worse than the first two ones that I hated from 2004 and 2002. The ones with Maguire. At least Maguire could fight. This Spider-Man can't even lay a punch on anybody. He's nerfed. Great! Just like Hulk has become in the MCU. Or should we say the MCU for you people comedians online that like to poke fun of the MCU because how shit it's gotten over the years. As if it was ever good. People only like to think things make sense in their heads with these movies. Because the truth is, nothing makes sense with these movies, in the MCU movies. Nothing is deep or complex, explosion, like you see in the Michael Bay movies. Except Michael Bay did it from a genuine perspective with his movies. Like the Transformers were genuine fun, and genuine with the source material, and wanted to treat the source material with some respect and dignity, but modify it. Spider-Man doesn't have that luxury, as the Transformers did by Michael Bay. Franchise. Directed by. He's the Achilles heel of the MCU, I come to realize. I hate him more than Smart Hulk. Or just as much. It's tough to say Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Specifically, I'm only talking about. I hate them so much I sometimes have nightmares that they're in my room. And they want to rape me and then eat my insides while I'm alive on the table. because I'm afraid of the. I hate these. I hate these versions of the characters so much. I become scarred by them for life. Probably, most likely knowing me. And that's why I feel confident to bring everyone down with me and make them miserable like me with this video. I hope I shit on your childhood. It brings me joy to wake you up into the real world and pull you out of the Matrix like Neo. Where Spider-Man never was good in live action. Except when it was being in the hands of Andrew, maybe. You know, Andrew Garfield, the second Spider-Man. He's the one I actually liked as a character and as a hero. And he was consistently running good at it into the plot of his movies. Sure, the sequel wasn't as quite as a home run as the first one, you know, on story-wise execution. I mean, it is kind of fault that Gwen died. Because he didn't want to help Harry in the first place and give him his blood, which leads to Harry hating Spider-Man and find out Peter's Spider-Man. And that's why he kills Gwen. And Peter fails to save her. Because he didn't want to help Harry to save his life from the terminal illness. That's genetic from his father. What a selfish cunt move, Peter did in that Amazing Spider-Man movie. The sequel. But hey, it was better than anything we got from Holland's or Maguire's. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I still stand by that. Might not be a great Spider-Man, might not be the greatest Spider-Man movie like the first one was, but it was bad. Wasn't bad. That's why Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Homes get 3 points out of 10. Like this video, subscribe, grow my subscribers, grow my likes. My name's Jake Allen Graham. Goodbye.